everyone, welcome back to Ashley and the Lamplight. Today I have a huge haul for you. I think we're gonna split it into two parts actually. I just got back recently from a almost 2-week trip to both Texas and Orlando, and in that trip we went to Disney World to experience Flower and Garden Festival. We went to all the parks, and we also went to both Character Warehouse locations. And the days that we weren't at the parks, both in Orlando and Texas, we did a ton of thrift shopping, antique shopping, and just looking for little trinkets. My family is really into going to antique stores and exploring new areas. So yeah, we have a huge haul. We have stuff from the parks, stuff from the outlets, and random antique and thrifted things as well. So in this part 1 video, I think we're gonna go through all of the official park stuff, so things directly from the parks as well as from the Character Warehouse. And then in part 2, we'll go through all of the thrifted antique things as well as some things that my mom got for me for my birthday this month. So let's get into it. It's gonna be a long one. Grab something to drink, a little snack maybe, and let's do a haul. Starting, as always, with freebies. Of course, maps. Gotta get maps. Always maps. I kept a parking pass. I don't know. I like to put things like this in my journal, like tape them in. So I kept that. We have our Flower and Garden Festival passport with all of the food options. Things going on. This was great because with a family, we had to pick and choose what we wanted to try. So we went through this the night before we went to Epcot and picked all the snacks that we were going to have. And finally, I got my very first birthday button. So this month I am going to be turning 25 years old. I'm saying that I am in my Cake Castle year, and so my boyfriend Jace went and got me this button. This trip was actually to celebrate my birthday as well as my parents' anniversary. They were celebrating their 35th anniversary, so we all got buttons to celebrate. So those are all the freebie items, and let's do plush next. Okay, so we got some plush. Obviously we do Big Feet plush, and now with Jace, he says the rule is that he can get a Big Feet plush and I can as well. I really wanted to get Remy. And they didn't have him. The Ratatouille store in the France Pavilion in Epcot, no sign of him. No sign of him anywhere. So I didn't think I was gonna get one actually, but on our very last day, we went to Disney Springs one last time, and I saw this Dumbo, and there was only a couple left, and it was just calling to me. So I ended up getting Dumbo for this trip for my Big Feet plush collection. His ears are so floppy, and he's so soft and adorable. And then Jace picked Baby Yoda, Grogu, or as my mom likes to say, and we like to say, Goombi. And I don't know, I don't think he's the cutest, but we didn't have him in the collection, so here he is in all his little big feet glory. And the next plush, Jace actually won this for me at Animal Kingdom. And it is one of the dinosaur plush from Chester and Hester's Dino-Rama. And it was hard to pick because they had this guy who is like the actual sign, you know? But they also had the Triceratops with the little stars, and I feel like I might just buy that one as well because it's so stinking cute. But this guy is just as adorable, and I love him. Okay, so the next two plush are new emos. This is Kermit. Jace actually got this Kermit for me when we went on our cruise, and gave it to me after the fact as a surprise, but this outfit we got him at Animal Kingdom, and it's just adorable. And I said, why did you get me a new emos? That's just gonna put me down a path of bad things because I'm gonna wanna buy everything. And while we were there, I saw this White Rabbit Nuemo, and for those of you who don't know, I am also a performer. I do a lot of live theater, and during the pandemic, I was part of a very cool project called Curiouser and Curiouser in Arizona, and it was an immersive walkthrough experience of Alice in Wonderland. And I got to play the White Rabbit, and it was a much darker version than Disney's, but the White Rabbit has a very special place in my heart now, and since they have this little new emo, I had to get them. And I carried them on my backpack the whole time, and it was so great. So yeah, those are all the plush. Let's do pins next. And that will segue into the flower and garden merch. So we did, I think, pretty good on pins. I didn't get very many, so I'm gonna also show you the ones that Jace got. So Jace picked up this Miss Marvel pin. I don't know anything about her, so I can't say much, but it's nice. It's a nice pin. And he also picked up this. I knew he would love it. I saw it when it came out online, and I knew he would have to get it. His favorite Spider-Man, he's a huge Spider-Man fan, but his favorite Spider-Man is Miles Morales. And this is an artist series, and it is the Miles Morales Spider-Man, and it comes on this huge backer card with the original artwork, and there's also details about the artist himself on the back, as well as the pin. And so this was a must-have for him. And then I got a Disney Mirrorverse limited edition pin. This is that new, I think it's a phone game? I'm not entirely sure. But I don't know anything about this game, but Sully is a character in it, and I know that the characters are what different versions of themselves, but they're still Disney characters. And I collect Sully in whatever form, and I thought this was such a unique sort of look for him, and so I got it for my Sully pin board. And along with that, I picked up another box of the A113 mystery pins, and this time got Alberto from Luca, which is adorable, and finally got Sully. Third time's a charm for this one, but I finally got him. And now I have a bunch of other traders because I didn't get him the first few times. But he will also be going on my pin board as well. And okay, so next is a couple more pins, but we're getting into the flower and garden merch. So let me go grab all of that because it's about to be an orange bird paradise in here. So give me 1 sec, we'll be right back. So we'll continue on with pins, but venturing into orange bird territory now. And the flower and garden merch. It got me. It got me hard because it's so cute. I really love vintage retro things, and the vibe for this year's collection is very much like vintage sort of 70s floral vibes, and it's dangerous for me. So I of course got both pins that were available. This is the first one, and it has orange bird. And the orange bird himself is a little rubberized, and I'm actually pretty sad because I don't know what happened, but he kind of looks like he has a black eye, and he was totally fine when I bought him, so something happened in the suitcase. If you know how to clean this sort of rubberized part, I've tried a couple things and it's not come off yet. From afar, he looks adorable, but genuinely, if you have advice for how to clean this, that would be really great. But he's still cute. I love him. And I also got the other limited edition pin, which is this one, and it says "Spread in the Sunshine," and it's the orange bird. It's a pin on pin, and he is flying across a little field with flower seeds. So that is super cute, and that's it for the pins that I got in the parks. So on to the rest of the flower and garden merch. Where to start? I guess we'll start here. This is this year's sipper. And I will 100% say when I saw this year's sipper, I saw a picture of it, and I said, that's adorable, but I don't need it because I have, hold on, I have this one that my mom found for me at an antique store, and I love it so much. It's like my favorite sipper of all time. I think his face is just perfect. I love the orange and the blossoms next to him. And I thought, I don't need another sipper, it's totally fine. And then I got there and my mom said, I really want to try the orange lemon smoothie that it comes with. Do you want the sipper? And I caved because I saw the army of them sitting there. And I said yes. But what's really special about this is if you can see here, it might be kind of difficult, but there we go. It says Walt Disney World, and you can see a little embossing of the orange bird himself. This is a sipper holding a sipper. And this one's not functional, but this is the sippers that were first introduced around when the parks opened, and they would serve orange juice in them. And I have always wanted to find one of these actual sippers at a vintage or antique store, and maybe one day I will. But for now, I have this, and I just really love that like historical piece of it, so I had to get him. But I guess that's enough rambling about a literal piece of drinkware. We can move on to the next thing, which is these ears. I also loved these ears, but I saw that they were the like hard leathery kind, and usually those pinch my head. So I was very picky about them. And the other thing is, I'm not sure if I like the bow. I might want to take the bow off. I haven't decided yet, but there is Orange Bird with his flower packet over on this side, and he's just like chilling in a field on the other side. And the like lining is a yellow gold velvety lining, and then the back has those retro flowers that are found kind of throughout the collection. And they are super cute on. Obviously I have my Monsters Inc. hat on today, but Jace actually wore them and he really liked them, so we can at least share these pair of ears. But yeah, the bow to be determined whether or not it comes off. Another thing I got in this collection that is not currently with me is there is a little trash can salt and pepper shaker, and my mom is also very into crafting, as am I, and she makes these very cool button flowers, and she's gonna make some matching button flowers to stick in the holes of that so that I can use it as a display piece, which I'm stoked about. The final thing from this specific collection is, Yes, it's the Loungefly. I don't need another Loungefly. I shouldn't have bought this, but I have used this almost every day since I bought it. So it is Orange Bird with a cute little flower crown on the front. His little leaf is hanging out. What I love about this bag is this handle. It's a little different from other Loungefly handles. It's bigger, it's easier to hold on to, love it. The back has little Orange Bird with a gardening spade. He's getting ready to go plant some flowers. And then of course the lining. This is what sold me on this bag, was the lining. It is all of those cute little prints. Him in the fields and that retro color scheme, the florals, the hills, the little rainbows, and him just chilling in so many different ways. So this bag, I love it. I also particularly like it because if you don't know Orange Bird, you won't know it's a Disney thing, and it's just kind of a cute summery bag. So I will definitely be wearing this a lot. And finally, for the Orange Bird stuff, this is something that I saw on my last solo trip in December. And I almost bought it and I thought, no, I don't need it, I don't want it. And then I regretted not buying it, and then last month when Jace and I went, we couldn't find it anywhere. And so this time I saw it and I was with my mom and she said, just get it. And it is this Brito figure of Orange Bird. And if you give me 1 second, I will open it up and I will show it to you because it is just the most precious thing. So, are you ready? Here he is. Oh my gosh, I just love him. So this artist does these style of figurines with like a sort of patchwork style, and everything is different. So he has like a little pink glittery foot and a striped wing and a green wing, and his little tail feathers are 2 different colors. But he just brings such a smile to my face, and I think he's gonna be such a great addition to my collection. I adore him, and so Mom, if you're watching, thank you for getting this for me for my birthday. It's something that I really wanted, and I probably would never have gotten for myself because I wouldn't have justified it, but I really, really appreciate having this as part of my collection. So yeah, I'm so lucky that I have found so many great Orange Bird things for my collection and that I am able to have the means to have a collection like this. So yeah, not to get all sappy, but I really appreciate things like this. So that's my little Orange Bird stuff. And we have just a few more things from the actual parks themselves. And one of them is this This is from Disney Springs. We went to the Christmas shop in Disney Springs and Jace saw this and said, I want that. And it is a little Yoda, perhaps baby Yoda, Santa hat. So there's that. Random, I know. And there is one final thing, I think. And it's gonna also take me a moment to unbox it, but I'm also very excited for it. This is a big spend, so I'll be right back and I will show you possibly my favorite thing that I got on the trip. We'll see. This next item is from Epcot, the final item from the parks. And if you know, in Epcot there is a little booth that sells Precious Moments dolls that are dressed as different Disney characters. And I have always loved looking at them. I never really go in the booth, but I just like to glance at them. They're very cute. I've always loved the Goofy one for some reason. And as we were walking past, I said this to my mom. I said, I love looking at these Precious Moments dolls. They're just adorable. And you can't get them anywhere else. And my mom said, do they have a Sully one? And I said, no, they don't have a Sully one. There's no way. Like, that's not popular enough for this. And she said, why don't you just go look? Maybe they do. And on the bottom shelf, they had this. And it is a little Precious Moments doll dressed up like Sully. He's so furry. Look at this little face. Ah, it's so cute. And on top there's little eyes and horns. I just took him out of the bag, so he needs to be fluffed up a little bit more, but he has little tiny purple spots and little shoes. And it also, we got a doll stand for him so that I can put him with my Sully collection. But this is just such a unique, again, like sort of like this Mirrorverse pin. It's such a unique way of showing Sully that a lot of people probably don't have. And as a Sully collector, this is just so cool to me. Also, when I was a kid, this is random, but I used to have a lot of Precious Moments dolls and figurines because when I was a baby and a toddler, I had a little haircut that made me sort of look like a Precious Moments doll, and lots of people said, you look like a Precious Moments doll. And so it's been just sort of in my family. We've been to the Precious Moments like chapel and museum in Missouri, and they've always just been kind of a part of my life in some way or another. So this is very special to have, like, as a collector, and to also have that sort of nostalgia tie into it. So isn't he adorable? That's it for the park stuff. Let's move on to the Character Warehouse stuff. I need to go pile it up and go. If you could see what I'm looking at, maybe I'll show you, but it's quite embarrassing. It's like things piled in suitcases all around me, so give me a second to organize and I'll be right back with the Character Warehouse items. Great, I think I got it together, so let's move on to the Character Warehouse. For those of you who don't know, the Character Warehouse is essentially a Disney outlet. There are two of them located in the Orlando area, one on Vineland and one on International Drive. They're both at sort of like outdoor walk-around outlet malls. I don't know why they're called the Character Warehouse, because they are the outlets, but with more park stuff. And essentially they get old park items, overstocked park items, and they sell them for a discounted price. And a lot of the time there are very good prices there. So we went to both, and we went to them a couple of times each through the trip, and we got a few really good deals. So the first thing, it looks like kind of a mess, but it's a bunch of Nuimos outfits because we got Nuimos for the first time. So, you know, there's like this guy came all together, that pink suit was together, this came with a hat, I don't know where the hat is, it's like a little overall set, adorable. A shoe, don't ask me where the other one is, a little bag, and then two Spirit jerseys, because how cute. And if you don't know, the Nuimos outfits are kind of expensive. Like these Spirit jerseys I think are $20. $20. And at the Character Warehouse, all of their Nuimos outfits, no matter what they were $1.99. So obviously we stocked up on stuff there because you have to. And then, okay, hats? Hats. I know this looks ridiculous, but I think it looks kind of cute. It is a retro Walt Disney World balloon bucket hat, and on one side it says Walt Disney World, and on the other side it has this silly little green visor thing. But it's not a bucket hat that you can like flip the edges up and look cute. It like goes down, but it's cute. I've said like a lot in the last 30 seconds. It's turning into chaos. Can you believe I don't have this hat? Here it is. It's the Monsters University hat. That is 20 bucks in the parks, and it was $1. So, you bet I was getting it, because $1 is great. It is tiny. I think it is a children's hat, but it adjusts in the back, so that's okay. We're gonna do that. What else? Okay, so I guess this next, and then we'll do Christmas stuff. These ears, you know, ears, 35 bucks in the parks, 30 to 35. These are last year's Halloween ears, I think, or at least one set of them. They were, I believe, $3. And I'm not like a big Halloween girly. And that might hurt some people because I know a lot of people love Halloween. But I can wear them like once for Halloween. But I was also thinking I could take the bow off and make them into another kind, like make them orange bird ears or make them into something different. Either way, they were cheap enough. So it doesn't really matter if they get ruined because I'm not out very much. So that's great. And the last few things are all from the Christmas collection last year, and they're things that I didn't buy because I thought I really like that, but it's too expensive, and now they were at the outlet. Starting with this tin. I love Sully things. I got the pin that says Merry Christmas, and it's a little nutcracker pin. I saw this tin and I thought, how stinking cute. It has Mike, it has Sully. On the top it has a little Mike wreath, but it was like $10. And it is just fully an empty tin. And I thought, I love that, but I'm not spending $10 on an empty tin. They had them galore at the Character Warehouse for 99 cents. And I said, yes, that is exactly the price I want to be paying for a tin. Anyway, sorry, excited. The next thing I got, and my mom actually got a matching one. I don't remember seeing this in the parks, so I don't know if it's from last year or not. It is a corduroy button-up, and it is oversized. And on the like pocket area, there's no pocket, but there is an embroidered Mickey Mouse that is like this nice charcoal gray, and he has a Santa hat on. And it is such a nice, thick, warm quality, a nice light jacket. My mom ended up getting a matching one because it's adorable. This is a small, but I would say it fits like a medium. It's a baggier, oversized fit. And it's just adorable. I love it. Good. Love the Christmas stuff. And finally, for the last Christmas item, we went back because I thought, I want to go back a few days later to see how often they restock things or put new items out. And this was an item that I had my eye on so frequently during the holiday season last year, and I just could not justify the price. And it is this Monsters, Inc. wreath. It is a felt wreath, and the main part of the wreath is a Sully part with little claws, and then there's a little section for Boo, a little bow, and Mike. I hate the bow. I might take it off. It doesn't go with the color scheme. But this was originally, I believe, between $50 and $60. It's felt. It's not worth that to me. And so I didn't get it because I liked it, but it wasn't worth it. But then I found it at the outlet. Yes, it was $50. It was $49.99. And at the outlet, it was $14.99. And I was like, that is a perfect price for something that I want to pay for a Christmas decor item that only goes up once a year. So we're gonna do that. Oh no, my camera's overheating. Give me a sec. We are going to get through the last 2 items before we break for my poor camera that is overheating and dying. and move on to part 2. So these are the last 2 items that are official Disney Parks items from the parks or Character Warehouse. These are from the warehouse. And they're pins. So this pin is a mini jumbo that says Beyond Amazing Spider-Man pin. Jace saw this at the parks last month and it was a $40 pin and he said, I love it, but I don't want to spend $40 on a pin. So it was $19.99 at the Character Warehouse and definitely worth it. And then I got this pin. It was originally $24.99. It's from the One Family event and it is it's from the Hong Kong Disneyland Mysterious Mansion. I'm blanking on the name right now, but this pin was $9 and it's just adorable. So definitely, if you have time on your next trip, check out the Character Warehouse. It is fully worth the drive. If you go to the one on Vineland, it's pretty much just a few minutes from Disney Springs. So it's definitely worth going over to check out the deals there. That's it for part 1. I am going to split this into 2 parts. Come back on Thursday for part 2, where we go through all of the thrifted and antique things, and also some things that my mom gifted me that she had found. There are some very cool things in that haul, so please come back. If you like vintage, if you like antique Disney stuff, come back and check us out on Thursday. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, comment what your favorite thing was. Are you going to Flower and Garden Festival? I don't know. I'm just really excited. I want to chat with you. So have a wonderful day and come back Thursday and we'll see you for part 2 of the haul video. Bye guys!